is going on, my people, my today people, to be exact? Yes, again, this is your man Wendy. I really appreciate you guys tuning into another installment, episode, entry, whatever you want to call it, of Dear Future Robots. Right? I really appreciate the love. I'm looking to grow this thing as naturally as possible. Uh, with people I don't know, preferably, and then we get the family and stuff involved. But we'll see. I'm gonna just stay as consistent as I can, and see what the universe brings my way. But hey, how's everybody doing out there? I hope y'all good. I hope y'all like nodded or said started talking to the speaker like, "Hey, I'm good." What's going on with you, bro? Something like that. But I hope everybody out there is living in their blessings and feeling good mentally, physically, and all that. Right. So today I want to talk about a few things. First, I want to talk about anti-aging. There's a lot of research for those who don't know, and it's been looking actually pretty good. So I'll give I guess a brief synopsis of what's going on with that, and you guys can check it out on your own time because it's still in early stages, I will say, but it is really looking promising. And I also want to talk about skin. I'm gonna get a little bit into skin pertaining to heavily melanated people, right? What this society calls black. And after that, I got another take. I want to kind of, I guess, regift or make a repass on it in regards to one Kanye West, right? I know a lot of you guys have heard the news as far as he and Adidas and their relationship or the way they choose to move further in dissolving the relationship. Maybe I guess you can put it like that. But I definitely want to touch on that and kind of I guess recalibrate my position. Not even recalibrate my position, but like I said, y'all just wait. Y'all just wait. You know what I mean? Those I hope it ain't nobody out there saying I told you so because you don't even know what I'm gonna say yet. So just chill, just relax, just relax. We will get to it, but let's go. Yeah, and we are back. I appreciate it. So let me just get right into it. So, dear future robots, did Dr. David Sinclair and his team figure it out? All right. Am I able to? I'm sure it's going to cost money, but am I able to pay for a pill or shot or a procedure or whatever the case is that will allow me to stay, let's see, 36 forever or 40 forever or 27 forever? Um, I think it's fascinating. Right now, David Sinclair, Dr. Sinclair, I should say, and his team have been working on lab mice, like every other researcher. Sheesh. But yeah, they've been working on lab mice, and they have been making strides. I read this CNN article just to kind of refresh, and yeah, title for those who want to look it up on their own is called "Old Mice Grow Young Again in Study. Can People Do the Same?" All right, that's CNN article by Sandy Lamont, and it was available January 13 of this year, 2023. So I encourage those that want to look it up themselves to do so because I'm just gonna briefly touch on it and give my a few of my thoughts on it. So in response to the title question, can people do the same? Yes, I believe it's inevitable, right? If they're already testing this and trying to break the code, I can't imagine that another 50 years of this research, it's already been a few decades, but another 50 years of this research, it's hard for me to imagine that there wouldn't be some kind of breakthrough and just they just figure it out because what they've been doing, right? Because we have DNA, and the DNA is pretty much our how should I let me see. It's pretty much the instructions for our physical structure, right? As far as our body and stuff like that goes. Now, what they've been trying to unlock or make a major discovery in is the epigenetics of the whole thing, right? Your epigenome is how should I say this? It's like uh genes that sit on top of your okay genes that sit on top of your major your DNA. It kind of gives instructions to your DNA essentially. But here's the thing with the epigenetics. They don't come to you uh they come to you like throughout your life, like whether it's the stress levels, whether it's your diet, just your overall environment adds that little extra to you that is known as just epigenetics. It really can affect your lifespan. It can affect your health overall, the way you look, all that. So they're trying to unlock the key that is the epigenetics, which will allow them to give certain codes to your DNA to start doing its thing again, as far as the cells um, that it has made dormant or quote unquote junk cells. Geez, that was a long-winded way to say to get that out, but yeah, it's been looking really promising. I look forward to that day. I think it'll be very, very interesting. I swear there was a movie. I swear there was a movie that kind of talked about people being able to reverse aging or something like that. But let's see. As far as the experiments go, according to the CNN article, it says that the experiments show aging is reversible and capable of being driven forwards and backwards at will. And that's a quote. And that was from David Sinclair. Let's see here. Okay, so epigenetic changes control aging. I just said that. While DNA can be viewed as the body's hardware, the epigenome is the software. Epigenes are proteins and chemicals that sit like freckles on each gene, waiting to tell the gene what to do, where to do it, and when to do it. Okay. The epigenome literally turns genes on and off, which is amazing because we didn't get taught. Well, I never got taught that back when I was a kid. That'd be a cool thing to learn in science class, don't y'all think? So environmental toxins and human behaviors such as smoking, eating, inflammatory diet, lack of sleep can all affect that pretty much, y'all. So try to take care of yourselves, just in case this don't come in your lifetime. These breakthroughs they're talking about, just do what you can to take care of yourself, right? Take your life into your own hands. So Dr. Sinclair's team apparently developed this thing called ICE, and that's short for inducible changes to the epigenome. So instead of altering the coding sections of the mice's DNA, because that's what they're working on now, um, they don't want to do that. So I said instead. So instead of doing that, because that can trigger mutations, it says the article goes on to say ice alters the way DNA is folded. The temporary fast healing cuts made by ice mimic the daily damage from chemicals, sunlight, and light that contribute to aging. Ice mice, ice mice, at 1 year looked and acted twice their age. Jeez, that's jeez. So they've essentially been able to age mice up and then go back down. All right, so that's very interesting. And the fact that they haven't, at least publicly, worked on humans or tested this on humans yet, that kind of lets me know that we're kind of a ways away from it. But hey, either way, I think it's exciting. I'm going to assume they figure this out in another 60, 70 years or something like that, because this has got to be complex. And we're extremely complex creatures. We're not mice. So it's still exciting, man. Let me know what y'all think about it. I know I just briefly touched on it, but hey, like I said, I wasn't gonna go into full detail. You guys can look that up yourselves. Now, all that talk about aging, etc., got me thinking about skin. All right, like I mentioned before, it was something that was kind of on my mind all week. All right, and I'm gonna just dive in, y'all. We got to stop playing with this back and forth, these race debate, race discussion, race, hey, I don't know what to call it, but we like chill. Like this isn't, I know people do things for likes, for views, for laughs or whatever, but this is it ain't gonna have a good effect on the future, especially when nobody's taking the time to really uh, dive in and you know use their brains to figure out what's going on or where do these things come from, right? So what I'm talking about is the back and forth that's been going on for the past few years about quote unquote white people versus quote unquote black people, right? Black versus white, in regards to cleanliness, right? Yes, cleanliness. So I know y'all out there have heard it. Somebody will say, "Oh, why do black people use wash rags? Like, what is that? Like, why?" And that I think I remember when I first heard that, that caused a firestorm on the internet. People started making jokes about white people being not, being dirty. You get you because I think that came from damn, I can't remember what show, but I remember literally when it started. The person brought up wash rags and somebody that was there in black asked them how they showered, and I think the white person didn't mention scrubbing their or washing their legs, and that was it. A new house for stupidity, or house that stupidity built, was created, right? So now it's a thing that's still going on. I think a comedian, I think his name was Bert Kreischer, I think, but there was a white comedian. And honestly, y'all got me using white and black too much. It takes so much to say, quote unquote. But I'm gonna let y'all know now. I don't like using white and black. I don't like using those terms to discuss people. So the guy named Bert Kreischer was on some kind of show, and it was some podcast or something like that on YouTube. And there was a host there that decided to ask him like if he took a shower with a wash rag. Now I'm sure they queued that up because he just kind of went right in, and then she kind of just threw it up like a softball, so it just didn't feel natural. And why would you be asking that, right? It's not a shower podcast, but he just went right into bit mode. And for those who don't know, a bit is like a comedian's like set, or comedians like bars, so to speak. And he immediately went into what seemed like a bit, saying, "No, I'm not black," right? And like, she kind of recoiled. The host kind of recoiled, and he went right into, trying to recover from it. He went, I mean, all I know is poor people use it, and honestly, that didn't sit right with me. But we really only got ourselves to blame for that one, because we opened the door to it. Now, let me give my points on this whole this crap, and hopefully it can be buried, right? Um, we are all shades of brown, first of all. Everybody. Everybody from Christina Aguilera to Flavor Flav. Everybody is a shade of brown. Oh, I'm sorry, unless you're albino or something like that. So yeah, we got that down. Everybody is a shade of brown. People that are called quote unquote black in this society just have more melanin, and on top of that, it's more melanin that is tightly packed in. The more tighter the melanin is packed in, essentially, the darker you appear. You actually have way better protection against harmful rays from the sun for longer periods of time. Uh, but it also means that at times you do need to stay in the sun, the evening sun, preferably. But you do need to stay in the sun a little longer to get your daily dose of vitamin D. That that's just I guess there it's a yin and yang, right? Give and take. But that's that. Now, the whole wash rag stuff comes from folk from back in the day not thinking they were clean enough, right? Because you put on a white dress, or you put on a white dress shirt, no matter how well you think you bathed or showered, you're gonna get that ring around the neck. If you wear that shirt a few times, you're dancing in it, you're moving in it, whatever the case is, you wear it for a few hours. you're gonna get that ring, that just that dark ring. Yeah, my people, you know what I'm talking about. You're not dirty. That's just your dead skin, right? I think if I'm not correct, and fact check me if you want, leave it in the comments. I believe we shed a few pounds of skin per month, right? A few pounds of skin per month. Like we're shedding skin every day. You just don't notice it. You don't see it, right? Um, like how about this? I'm about I don't know, coffee bean color, I guess. I don't know, like you know, lighter or darker depending on how much time I spend in the sun. But that's my shade of brown. It's a beautiful shade of brown. But yeah, if you're around my shade, even lighter or even darker, uh, put a light pillowcase on. All right. Take a shower, like I know you do. Uh, I don't want you listening if you don't take a shower. Get off this podcast right now if you don't take a shower. Matter of fact, go take a shower. But let me stop. Yeah, do this experiment on your own. Get a light pillowcase. Sleep on it for 2 days. That's it. Matter of fact, sleep on it for a week. Obviously, after taking a shower. I hope y'all heathens take showers before you get in bed. But by the end of the week, I guarantee you'll start to notice uh, brown smudges on the pillowcase. That's not dirt. You're not dirty. You just took a shower. That is dead skin cells, right? But that kind of stuff is what led to our people using wash rags, right? And that is not historically sound. That's just me putting two and two together to make four, right? It makes sense. Uh, and now to the other side, you got quote unquote white people uh, that are highly confused by the whole wash rag phenomenon, right? Um, they're not right, but they're not wrong. Okay. So how soap works is if you mix it with water, it gets dirt off. It's literally scientifically designed to do so, and they've been, soap was invented a very long time ago, so it's pretty proven. That's what soap does. It don't matter if you get the highest grade of zest or whatever the case is, or you're using a dollar store bar. It's gonna do its job of getting the dirt off of you, right? Dirt and oil and all of that for the most part. You don't need a wash rag, right? So if I'm the average white person that's not been using a wash rag their whole life and just been using the bar or whatever the case is, or letting it lather in their hands, you get clean like that. You can. Now you don't get that extra exfoliation that a rag or a loofah is gonna get you, but you get clean, right? That's just a fact. All this hoopla is really caused by nobody really explaining the true nature of the science behind it, or the I guess I guess this does this qualify as bro science, brother science? I don't know, but hey, I hope that enlightened a few people that maybe didn't know about it, because it's the whole miseducation and the division and all. I don't like it. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So um spread that. How about that? Just, or better yet, don't take part in those kind of conversations, man. I mean, we trying to advance society, not pull us back to, not pull us back to colonial times, or, when they was pulling up paper bags and you had to be the color of the paper. Just come on. We moving forward, y'all. But speaking about miseducation, speaking about let me get into a take that I had, and that is regarding Kanye West and his whole Adidas debacle. All right, my take early on, and I'm not even gonna front. I'm a bit, I'm not gonna say disappointed, but I take responsibility. My take, and I'm not trying to say he was completely right, but where I was disappointed in myself is that I was fooled by I was fooled by Adidas, right? I treated Adidas as the paternalistic entity in this whole conversation. In this spat, I treated them like they had the higher moral ground, or or some kind of superiority. And for that, I am wrong. And, I'm a man that can admit when he's wrong. Yes. I was wrong there. Uh, I don't think everything Kanye said was incorrect. I just wish he was uh, a bit wiser, wiser in his intellect, or more intellect in his wisdom. I don't know if you want, however you want to put it, but essentially, I just wish he was smarter and a bit more strategic in how he approached the situation. Like maybe calling the individuals out that wronged him. Maybe speaking to how people got money from the Holocaust. Right? There's a history of Jewish people that uh, just have a long, 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 several centuries long history uh, in the banking industry, and also the simple fact that not all Jewish people lived in Germany in the 1930s and 40s. So not every Jewish person died, obviously, and not every Jewish person was stripped of wealth and resources and all of that, right? I mean, you even had Jewish people that took part in the slave trade as financiers and stuff like that. So, uh, if Kanye West was just a little bit like, if you know what I mean, just not as flippant with his words and maybe a bit more strategic, I think he could have really opened up a lot of doors to real conversations that the society really needs to have. See, it's a lot of the tough conversations that really, I think, open the door to healing and change. But a lot of people get uncomfortable with the truth, right? They get uncomfortable with when confronted with the truth, and that's unfortunate. But we're moving closer and closer to it. So, hey, I'm open. I'm here for it, and I think it's needed. But like I said, if Kanye was just if he approached it like that, as opposed to, hey, I'm a hang out with Nazis and I'm gonna use Nazi rhetoric in order to make Adidas get rid of me, or nullify the contract, which is a bad contract. I think it would have been a bit more palatable, right? Because that's the thing. Because I'm no gangbanger for Jewish people, right? I'm only one man. I'm not a gangbanger for Jewish people. I know Jewish people. I know a few Jewish people personally, cool people. Um, Obviously, I'm not Jewish, so I'm not speaking for the Jewish community. But the fact is, uh, or the guy got out of the contract. You know, just the way he went about it was left a lot to be desired, right? Hanging out with the Nazi dudes and literally using Hitler rhetoric. It was just really stupid. So no, I am not apologizing for my takes on that. It's just the fact that I in this whole thing treated Adidas like they had some kind of moral high ground when in fact, as we all know, uh Adidasler was in the Hitler Youth, allegedly, right? So this company was literally started by Nazis. So it kind of came full circle almost, right? Now, is this the death of Adidas? Is this the beginning of the end? Um, I don't know. I don't know, but this whole thing cost them $500 million apparently, or it's reported that it did, and that's just for them to be able to sell his the remaining inventory, the stockpile that they had left of Yeezy product, which is crazy if you think about it. So they brought him back a little closer to the big B that is. Uh, they also talked about getting back to their core, which is, I guess, athletics. So does that mean they're going to get rid of Ivy Park soon? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think I know anybody that wears Ivy Park. I know a few people that talked about it before, but maybe. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just know Adidas is looking bad right now. If I can maybe pick up some of their stock, I will. Uh, Maybe not actually, because it's probably higher than it will be. It'll probably drop a bit once the last pair of Yeezys is sold, and I think they're gonna have a hard time signing anybody of note, like anybody notable. I think they're gonna have a tough time, being that how they went about this whole Kanye situation. It doesn't really make sense, man. So I guess they're gonna make a whole bunch of soccer balls and sweatpants, right, from now on, because I think a lot of their design elements in the sneaker realm is it's it's it seems to be more geared towards right now outdoors, like hiking and stuff like that. They got a pretty good line of trekking gear or mountain climbing gear. I don't wear the kind of shoes, but I like the 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 tops and the pants that they have. So I'll give them that. They're okay with the apparel. It's just the shoes, man. I'm not gonna front. You're not gonna be able to coast on Boost forever. So I don't know, but yeah, let me know if y'all think it's the end for Adidas. Leave that in the comments. Email me that. I'm interested to get y'all take. Matter of fact, I'll create some kind of poll or something like that, or ask a question. Let me get y'all take on that. But yeah, man, that take got to come back, man. My whole because I was kind of hard on Kanye. I'm not gonna front. And don't get me wrong, I wear Yeezys several times a week. Still some of the more comfortable shoes, especially for 30 plus men, 30 plus year old men. Um, but yeah, man, that's just what I wanted to do there. Kind of give a first take on that. Adidas, it just might be the beginning of the end. At the best you'll be able to do is let a lot of time go by, maybe a decade, and try again with somebody young and new. Because this doesn't look good. This is kind of a stain on your this is kind of a stain on your legacy. Straight up, it just is. Um, because you demonize the guy essentially in public. You flogged him in public for using, I guess, Nazi rhetoric, right? And then you give him money, like you do business with him again. I don't. It just doesn't make sense. If you felt so strongly about it, you burn all the shoes. Donate all the shoes to some third world country or something like that. Just like then you just doesn't make sense. So if I was Charlemagne, you'd be getting donkey of the day, but I'm not. But that's really all I have on that. Man, I am tired. It's been a long day. I was on the grill today. I still smell like charcoal. Actually, I'm gonna go home and take a nice shower. That's with a wash rag, y'all. Matter of fact, a loofah. It's kind of this exfoliating, nice little thing. But yeah, definitely, I'm in the take a shower with something exfoliating club. So yeah. So if you liked today's episode, if you didn't like today's episode, let me know. If you know the email address, if you don't, it is wendy@dearfuturerobots.com. Those that know me will tell me personally. Uh, if you don't want to email, there's a question underneath the podcast, wherever you found it, where you can, hit me up. Let me know what you think. Either way, it's all love. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, staying with me this long. That was really all I wanted to add to this time capsule for today, y'all. I can't front. I'm exhausted. It's been fun. And what I will say, and I can't forget, please, 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 please subscribe. Give me some good ratings because that's going to help this pod get found by people that I don't know, which is the point. It's been growing steadily, slowly, but steadily. But I want this podcast to be found by those that I don't know. Um, and it's fun and it's a part of my thing. But in the future, why not? If there are robots and artificial intelligence that become intelligent, want it to be found by them too. But guys, let's make this a thing. Let's get it to the top. Uh, you know, Come on, let's do this. We can do it. Grow with me. But like I said, that's all I wanted to add to the time capsule today. So, in the words of the great Coach Prime, where my theme music. Peace. And we are just universes crashing, y'all. So just do your best to leave a mark. Once again, this is Wendy. I appreciate you listening. Dear future robots, peace.